Hi, this is Lada from astrolada.com with your January 2019 horoscopes. Happy New Year, guys! And this year starts with a sprint. This is the year numerologically of the number 3, and the number 3 corresponds to the planet Mars. And we start this year having to go very to mobilize our powers. We have no time to rest after the festivities. Mars year is going to be very dynamic with a lot of new beginnings, with a lot of initiatives that people will feel. And this year starts with 2 eclipses, guys. Wow. Eclipses are about fated events that turn our life around and place new beginnings and complete old programs, karmic programs in our life. And Mars is in Aries, making it very dynamic. Things will just come out of the blue, bam, 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 bam. Wow. But I have a present for you for 2019. And you can go already on my website and see it's a Christmas present for you. 2019 presents. It's the free weekly transit calendar. Basically, you can go at any time and check what specific transits you're going to be having for the whole week ahead. Some people might have up to 20, 30 transits per week. And it says, like I've been writing it for 3.5 years with very detailed descriptions, practically what you expect. And this is so different because this is not a generic horoscope. Like you're not listening just for Aries, your sun sign, or Venus. This is like a professional astrologer does a reading. It's your specific transits. No one else in the world has the same transit at the same time as you, unless you have a twin born within 2-3 minutes from you. Otherwise, this is the real deal. No one is born with the same horoscope, and you will see a proper horoscope, and it's free, guys. If you want a month or a year, you can update the version, but otherwise, I'm giving it to you for free. I'm so excited. There is no such available tool for free. There is no such available free software online anywhere with so much information unless you pay or you have a professional astrology program. So there you go. Go and check it out. Plus, I have prepared for you for January 140 pages report for everything important that's happening for all the 12 signs inside, for every important astrological event, what you can expect. So if you want to get it, it's just $7.99 for the whole of January. I also have February ready for you. It's very professional astrology with very practical advice as well. It's like an in-depth calendar, almost like a book for the whole month, day by day. All right. And also don't forget my my yearly 2019 videos are out. You can get them 1 hour and a half. Also the written ones, you can get them, and the calendar, 2019 calendar. And we have a retreat in the summer. My first retreat in Bulgaria for 4 days. Will be quite a few astrologers there. Nicola Stojanovic is the main one, and me as well. We'll have some psychics from the website as well. And you can check out again on the link below if you want to join us. And we're gonna party, and you're gonna come to my place, to my house, and we're gonna go to the beach every day, and we're gonna do astrology for hours. So it's gonna be exciting year, very dynamic, full of energetic things. So let's dive into each of the signs. Hi, Sagittarius. Let's see how the year starts for you. I think you'll be one of the signs that is enjoying this month more than others, because we're going to have the two benefics in your sign. Venus is joining Jupiter there from the 8th approximately of January till the end of the month. Is it the whole month? Yep. So from the 8th of January. So it seems like the festivities might carry on for you. Well, of course, Sagittarius is a sign that likes to overdo it more than any other sign. Why not carry on? But no, what I'm trying to say is that when Venus transits your sign, which happens once a year, and every time it's different time of the year, people start feeling more attractive. They're more kind-hearted, more generous. Already Jupiter is in your sign, so you're already starting to feel this upliftment. It's been there for a month now, I think, and it will continue till December 2019. But Venus joining it, you'll feel in an even more bohemian state of mind, and you're going to be more agreeable. Very likely you're going to be willing to compromise, and you're going to be much more charming. So if I want to spend time with anyone this month, that's probably with someone with Sagittarius rising or Sagittarius sun or moon, because the big eclipses are kind of out of your sign unless you have some planets in Capricorn like Venus or Mercury, which often many Sagittarius have, then the eclipse is hitting you, it can turn your life around. So at least you can meet it more gracefully with Venus in your ascendant. But generally speaking, for most Sagittarius, because not everyone will have planets at 15 degrees in Capricorn if you're Sagittarius. Just few of you, very few. But yes, generally speaking, time for good stuff this month. Venus, pamper yourself. Give yourself more self love, more attention. Even love can come to you in some way. More of the enjoyable, pleasant things in life. Of course, Venus transits your sign once every year. It doesn't mean love comes to you every year. It doesn't mean all of you are going to meet your love life. But for example, you can go on a nice date with your husband or a boyfriend. Someone can make you a compliment. During the time that Venus transits the ascendant, the sun, or the moon, to know the exact day this happens for you, I cannot give you. You need to check your personal transits on the calendar. You see, you can see it for free for a week, each week at a time, but you can unlock the whole month or the whole year ahead to see when your best times are and your best transits, the pink transits of Venus and the orange one of Jupiter. But yeah, to know exactly the days when they're going to be very lucky for you, you can even go gamble or play something because you can win with those two fantastic planets in your sign, the two benefic planets when things come easy to you. So go and check when Venus exactly passes your ascendant on the moon. You see it in the calendar. It's very simple to use the transit calendar. So now every time now when I'm giving you overall prediction for the month, I'll be telling you this. Jupiter is now or Venus in your first house, but I cannot tell which day for each one of you would affect you. It's not going to be all of you at the same day. So you can combine my monthly prediction with your transit calendar, which is just specific for you. So yes, also it can be a good time now for anything to do with fashion, with pleasures and amusements. This is Venus, and all those lovely, lovely things. And you can feel a bit more indulgent than other times. But we have Mars from the start of the month in your fifth house of partying and amusements. And Mars is where we put our energy, and you can just feel like, let's carry on the party. Or you can just have more energy to play games, to have fun. Fifth house rules sports, but not sports you do to maintain your body or for health or to lose weight. This is sports you do because you enjoy it, whether it's riding horses or whether it's you know uh, whatever it's your physical, playing with competitively with someone. So you can have a lot more this month of that energy going on. Physical energy should improve as well when Mars is in your sign. Also kind of lucky in your actions. Fifth house is one of the fifth lucky houses. So it means that you might be, when you're doing something, Mars is to do something, to act. You might be at the right place at the right time, and you won't have to force and push too hard. Also, fifth house is romance and dating. You can be a bit more aggressive in that direction. You can be a bit more pursuing. You can pursue more funds and entertainment, and you can naturally put a lot more fire into performance. If you have any artistic, creative performance in stage and center stage roles, you're going to be on fire. This is Mars. You're going to be enthusiastic. You're going to be kind of sparkly. Sometimes Mars can be a bit rough as well. But also you can spend a bit more because Mars is going to make square aspects to your planets in the second house because Saturn is transiting there with Pluto. And there is an eclipse in your second house. So one thing you have to be careful about is overspending. For example, maybe on pleasures, on sports, on fun activities, or on gambling. Mars in the fifth house can make you more impulsive in gambling or in some kind of investments, which are, what is it called? Like speculative investments. So you say, I'm going to put my money in that company. It sounds good. Well, I would advise you when Mars is square your planets in your second house and there is an eclipse in your second house of money, to be careful with your finances this month. You can spend on things you enjoy and pleasures. Okay, Mars square from the fifth house of pleasure and enjoyment. But big amounts of money, be a bit more careful. Or you can be you can be spending more impulsively. Mars connection with planets in the second house of money. Mars is in the fifth house of having fun or romantic things. You can be spending more impulsively on such matters. Yeah, I want to hang out with the Sagittarius this month. Someone to take me on a date. Okay. Um, and oh, I have two best friends, Sagittarius. I should romance them, or we should go have fun. Um, and another matter is that you might have some friction with lovers, though, and friction with your children, which is the fifth house. It might be on in regards to some to values, differences of values. Mars square the planets in the second house, what you find valuable, what you find worthy and precious. There might be some conflict because of that, or conflict because of money, of resources, finances. Like you kid, buy me this toy, and because of that, kid Mars in the fifth house starting to play out, or wanting something unreasonable, and this clashes with the planet in the second house, which are Saturn and Mars, which is about control, and you want to control those, you know, things. So it might be some such things. There might be clash also with romantic partners in regards to values or resources of some sort. This is hopefully to a few of you. Uh, but let's talk about this eclipse in the second house. It's the first of its kind, and there are going to be a few more in Capricorn. And Capricorn eclipses with the south node. This means that, and it's a it's a solar eclipse, which is about new beginnings. Something needs to change about your resources and finances, how you make money, how you spend money, what you do with your valuables. And there'll be a new beginning for you over the next 6 months. And this eclipse is the manager of that. My glasses are driving me crazy. My baby's broke it, and I had to put a new arms. Look at that. Is that glasses? Ridiculous. They take and do this. Oh, sorry. So, going back to your horoscope. Um, So it's in your second house of resources and finances. So over the next 6 months, there will be some new beginnings that you probably take the important decisions about already now around the eclipse. In regards to how you spend or what you do with your money, and there'll be a new beginning. Maybe you'll find a new source of income. Maybe you'll find an alternative place to invest your money. Maybe you'll start thinking about money differently. But it is about downsizing of some sort. It's a new beginning, but it's about streamlining, removing excess expenses. And I told you expanding this week, but you're taking decisions this month, sorry. But at the same time, this makes you take a decision about the general state of your resources and finances and what you do with them, and which is basically you might make a new plan that is more streamlined, that's more controlled, that is more mature, more downsizing in regards to spending and resources and investment and where you put your money. And it might be also new beginnings that are fear driven, because Saturn is fear, or Saturn is the desire to control things, or to be more, secure and stable. And you might have to sacrifice something because of that, because the south node is part of then let go of some other possessions or resources or source of income over the next 6 months because of that. But it's ultimately for your good, because it's with the star Vega. The star Vega is all about leading us to more happiness, because a very spiritual, happy star. Uh, and it's you might even kind of have to give away money, or release possessions and things like that, get rid of them. And or second house is food. You might have to make some sacrifice, what you put in your body, the food, the sustenance for your body, because you decided to start a new beginning in your life. Solar eclipse, new beginning, fated new beginning. That is about having more self-control of your food. You might decide to become vegetarian, which is about some self-sacrifice and self-control, but ultimately it will be for your spiritual growth. Whatever changes you're doing with your food now, go for it. Whatever changes you're doing with your finances, of course, be a bit cautious. And also, if it's new beginnings in your finances, something that is tested and tried. I can't emphasize enough. Don't take risky, even though Mars in the fifth house in January can make you a little bit risk prone, with especially to do more gambling and speculative investments. Don't think of financial investments this year, starting from January, and financial decisions that are more conservative, and that are more, this is Saturn, part of this eclipse, Capricorn as well, and that are more tested and tried, and that rely on your own personal efforts and that may be more long term as well. So maybe property or something like that. Uh, Self-worth is another theme of the second house. They can be like a little, and this whole thing might start with some crisis as well, because sometimes eclipses to push us into fated and very serious actions. They can start all this thing that we talked about, the second house, with some crisis, but it's also self-worth. Something can happen, or it's maybe happened already, that can make you take a, you know, pivotal decision in your life in regards to your self-worth. You might let go of an old, outdated beliefs of what you're worth, uh, and what you deserve to receive, what you deserve, not only materially but as a human being, and you can start building a new self-image. Of it's more like self-worth that is based on more solid values, that is based on more tangible, realistic values, that is based on more traditional, old school, or humble values of some sort as well, and that is based on hard work or something like that, that is based on, you know. So your values are changing, your value system towards yourself and towards other things that you find, or you find beautiful, valuable. There can be some crisis of values, you know. And then they say the second house is also family. There can be something that happens with your family that you need to let go of and start a new beginning. That it might be, you know, attitude or relationship with a family member, and it might require effort, just like creating some new source of income. Because Saturn is there, it's going to be hard. It might require some restriction, self-restriction, self-discipline, also with the food, or with family, something, you know, the second house. But or with your self-worth, it might require rigorous repetition until you get it. But eventually it's for your spiritual growth, the star Vega. Eventually it's like a horde of beings that are more, you know, Vega, it's one of the highest spiritual beings are connected to the evolution of humanity through Vega. They're trying, whatever is happening in that area over the next few months, it's uh, it's for your spiritual liberation and upliftment. And then there is another eclipse in your ninth house. It's the last one. It completes something. It's not affecting you bad. It's a trine, you know. So there can be a completion and seeing the results of matters connected to foreign travel, to some trips abroad. There might be you seeing or manifesting that, or some higher education. You might be able to achieve some change in direction of your higher education, or fulfillment, or seeing the results of higher education, or some course of study, or some higher knowledge as well. More intuitive. I think you can be a bit more intuitive as well during this time. And don't forget that Venus and Jupiter are in your sign. Yes. And not only that, but Neptune is squaring Jupiter in your fourth house to from fourth house. So you can also have expenses for family as well. Fourth house is family, for property, for pace of living. But it's again something that you want to do. Maybe something that you want to splurge, you know. And there can be some little misalignments with family, like you say something that they misunderstand you, or you have certain expectations about property or something, and it doesn't turn, or you maybe idealize it a bit too much, but it kind of takes the tension from the other things that are happening. It's a gentle, difficult aspect. uh, so yes, if you have some important decisions in regards to property to do this month, wait till the Jupiter Neptune is over. Start, maybe you take the decision, but check out the details first. Or property, or vehicles, or home, or place of living. Uh, just because you might not have the full information, or information might be misrepresented, or you might imagine something different than it really is, and then you become a bit more realistic again, you know, after this square of Jupiter and Neptune, which is quite active till almost the end of the month is over. Yes, I think actually from the middle of the month you become more, you know, things become more clear in that area. So thank you so much, Sagittarius. Hope that was helpful to you. If it's not, you have to check your personal transits. They're way more specific than this. I gave you the most I could, but some people will not feel at all. For example, the eclipse in the second house, if it's not close to the second house cusp or something, or if they don't have planets there. Some people might not. Uh, Venus influence will not gonna be the whole month. Some of you will feel the good things of Venus the start, some of them the end, and you can see this from the personal transit calendar because this indicates correctly. So hopefully you'll never have to see my face again when you have it, and for me to bore you without the advertisement. So anyway, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.